in a heterosexual relationship, if you enter your woman's frame, it's going to erode attraction over time. She's not going to want to be with you. She's going to resent you. You're going to end up in a dead bedroom. It's just a bad situation, right? She's going to end up cheating on you or whatever, right? So if you're not in your frame in this relationship, you're going to be in hers, and that typically puts you on the defense, right? You are not setting the tone anymore in this relationship. You are doing whatever she wants to do, right? And a lot of guys, that's how they're sort of brought up, right? Happy wife, happy life. Let's do whatever she wants to do. I'm just trying to make her happy. When that's you, if you've ever said anything like that, well, I just want to make her happy, you're operating in her frame, right? I was going to share it, but anytime I share videos on YouTube, it always gets like marked as copyright these days. So I'm not going to share it. But one of my beer club brothers sent me a video the other day of this guy. He has like 2 million followers on TikTok, and he's sitting there saying, in my household, I prioritize my wife's happiness over everyone else in the household. Okay. If she's happy, generally the household's going to be happy. And then I worry about my kids' happiness, and I purposefully put my happiness last. Okay. I'm the man. That's what you do as a man. And that's what society tells us to do, right? Happy wife, happy life. But the thing is, we now know that the quickest way to make a woman unhappy is to give her everything she wants, right? Trying to make her happy is the quickest path to make her unhappy, right? What makes her happy is entering your frame and supporting you in your mission and joining your lifestyle. That actually gives her fulfillment and is the closest thing to happiness you're going to find, okay? But you are not overall in charge of her happiness. You're not overall in charge of making her a happy person. It's everyone's individual responsibility to make themselves happy. It's not your job. If she's unhappy with you, that's her problem, okay? You don't have to be on the defense, right? And especially if you're always operating in your frame in the relationship, you won't be. You won't be. You'll be the one setting the tone and leading, right? Man without frame, he becomes reactive, not proactive, right? He's emotional. He tends to be aimless, easy to manipulate. You ever see, you can really see guys who have no frame, right? You can see it at work. You can see it in the comments. you can see it in the comments on, on social media. It's funny if someone says something to you and your immediate gut reaction is to fire back with some kind of insult or immediately get into some stupid debate, you're not operating in your frame. You're like, I got to prove this person wrong. I got to be right. Blah, blah. They're like, no. Now they're able to get you in your feels, And one of the ways you'll find that content creators, they'll purposefully do that. They will purposefully say something that's controversial or edgy to get someone to want to comment, right? That gets them up in their feels, and now they're commenting with something angry. Well, now you just boosted them in the algorithm, didn't they? Right? Like, didn't you? You just helped them out. My favorite is when someone leaves a negative comment, right? And thinking that they're going to show me, and I'm like, and then they hate my videos and they hate what I'm about and whatever, but they stop what they're doing and they comment. And then I just sort of poke the bear a little bit, and I just sort of fog them, and I just ask questions like, if they're like, "Oh, you're bald." I'm like, "I am?" Question mark. And then they're like, "Yeah, bro, you're blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, "Huh, I didn't notice that. Are you sure?" Like they just keep firing back, and that just keeps the watch time up. It's good. It's good. Whose frame are they operating in? Right? In the space, we like to use the captain metaphor. Okay. I didn't invent that. Ryan Stone, that son of a bitch, didn't invent that. I think Athol K is the first guy that sort of came up with the idea of the captain and the first officer dynamic. And if you read Athol Kay's book, he's a big Star Trek nerd, so it's captain and first officer, right? If you think about it from that perspective. But I'm a sailor, okay? I was in the U.S. Navy, so I prefer to look at it like a captain executive officer relationship, right? Captain in the XO, you're the captain of the ship, she's your executive officer, okay? And when you see problems in relationships, you find that there's three different types of dysfunctional captains out there. You have the drunken captain and his reluctant passenger. You have God, what are the other ones? You have the captain and her husband, right? That's Captain 3, and then you have the what is it? You have the captain, the begrudging first off. I don't know, whatever. There's three different captains. And basically, the fix to all of that is for the man to regain frame and start setting the tone and leading in the relationship, right? But the overall arching theme of the three different captains is that you let her step into the driver's seat, and she either, she resents you for it, right? Now, the captain and her husband dynamic, that's usually a real boss bitch woman that's looking for an enabler, and she's got a guy who's never been the captain in his whole life. He's always been the weak guy that just follows her lead, and he always just does what she wants to do. A good example of this is my daughter's boyfriend's parents, right? My daughter's boyfriend's dad is a total type 3 captain, right? His wife is like some bigwig executive at some big pharma company. He's followed her all around the country, just doing what she wants to do, helping support her in her career. He's never really like done anything, to work on his career. She's always been the major breadwinner. She makes the rules. She sets the tone. Total beta in the relationship, right? And it's an interesting situation because my daughter doesn't like the red pill stuff that I talk about, but at the same time, she sees it. She sees it in her boyfriend's parents' dynamic, and she's like, "Yeah, Dad, I think you're right. I think I think you're right here. I think you're onto something." I'm like, "Yeah, it's human nature. That's what all this stuff is, right? It's our evolutionary biology and psychology and doing what's natural, like our natural human state, and doing this kind of shit where we have modern feminism and the matriarchy and women being boss bitches and running everything. It's just not natural, and everyone fucking hates each other, right? Like, and we've given women everything that they want, and they're all on fucking antidepressants because it's not natural to them. You understand? So anyway, in the captain, you want to have the captain executive officer dynamic. A lot of people, modern relationships, you have everyone calls each other their partner, right? And you think you have an equal partnership. And what tends to happen is it's still not an equal partnership. It's still the guy deferring to his wife. He wants her buy-in on everything. He wants her approval on everything. He wants her to make all the decisions because he's trying to make her happy. And it just doesn't work. She doesn't want to make all the decisions. She doesn't want to have to do all the stuff. Even if she is a boss bitch, she doesn't want to come home and make decisions. She wants you to do that. So you'll find that if you can establish that captain executive officer dynamic where you're making all the decisions, you're setting the tone and leading, and she's allowed to just relax into her feminine and just show up looking hot, she's more relaxed. She actually enjoys this. And now she can actually put investment into the relationship, and she's going to feel more fulfilled. You understand? It follows our natural tendencies. And women, they don't trust a man who won't lead. Okay. Even if she tries to lead and then you let her get into the driver's seat, she's not going to trust you to drive again. Right? She's going to be like, God, this guy let me drive. The fuck? I was just fucking around. I didn't actually want to drive. Now I got to drive everywhere. Fuck. Like that's how women's monkey brains operate. And then she just looks at you like, look at you over there, not driving. You and you're not driving ass. Look at you over there and you're not driving ass. Fuck this guy. you let her get there, right? You let her take the reins of the relationship. And so now this is where a lot of guys end up in like dead bedroom situations, right? They've let their wives run the relationship for so long, trying to make her happy. And now she's not putting out anymore. She has no incentive to, you know what I mean? It's like one of the key concepts in the red pill space, right, is that relationships are the woman's job, and that really it sounds toxic as hell, but the premise there is based off of Breifolt's law, right? Breifolt's law is that it's the female, not the male, that determines if the relationship's going to exist or not. If she doesn't find value in the male mate that she has, no relationship's going to take place. She's going to drop your ass and go find a better option. That's hypergamy. Okay. So what does that mean? That means that if you as a guy do want to have a healthy monogamous relationship, you have to be the best version of yourself. You have to be a guy worth keeping. And if you're a guy worth keeping, women instinctually know what it takes to keep a man if they really want to do it. They know what the fuck it is. We're not that hard to keep around, right? Belly's full, balls empty. It's pretty fucking simple formula. But if she doesn't feel like you're her best hypergamous option anymore, she's not going to care about the belly's full, balls empty shit. She don't give a fuck about you, right? She's happy to take all your resources, but she's not going to give anything in return. And that's how you end up in a dead bedroom situation, right? Because you allowed this to get this way. But if you keep the captain executive officer dynamic, she feels invested, and a part of that investment is keeping you around, and a part of keeping you around is banging your fucking brains out, right? Belly's full, balls empty. She knows what's up.
New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Subscribe now.